Hello everybody, Sunday Funday is back, and this one didn't go with me, unfortunately.
I was saying, I'm here just as decoration.
Yep, she's just beautiful decoration for my videos. But yes, Sunday Funday is back with War Dogs, a movie that was so awesome that it, I think, made third at the box office this weekend. Strange enough, Kubo and Two Strings I thought was going to be number one. I was hoping it was going to be number one. Suicide Squad is. Blow me. But yes, gonna talk about War Dogs because that was the movie I wanted to see. I actually wanted to see Kubo and Two Strings because I actually didn't have to go to work on Friday or Thursday. And I was like, oh, I'll go see a midnight screening of Kubo and Two Strings. No, there was like a showing at 8 and I was about to eat shortly before that. I'm like, I could have got y'all two things. Blame AMC 30 though for it. Where I will let you figure it out. But yes, War Dogs. To sum up my opinions, it's alright. It is an entirely competent, okay movie. I mean, it's not a movie that I'm going to say you need to go out and see, but it's not a movie I'm going to say is like one of the worst movies I've seen this year.
Oh, we've seen plenty way worse.
Oh yeah, we've seen plenty of really...
Only for what you were telling me about it.
Yeah. Those of you who are not in the know, War Dogs is based on a true story. How much of it is actually true, I'm not sure. About two guys, they are like some young, like 20 guys, who end up founding a arms dealing group, in a way called AEY. Now, throughout finagling, greed, and all of this, they end up landing a massive Pentagon contract because they get in on this one website that is how... pretty much it's the way the U.S. government contracts out to different groups to help pay for different things. It's because, and they even explain, which is actually kind of an interesting thing. If it's true or not, I'm not sure. But it was originally founded so that way they weren't just giving all the contracts to Halliburton, who were overcharging the U.S. military, which was a famous thing that came out of the big debacle of 2004 and 2005. And this takes place at the tail end of 2005. But because of this website being put up and pretty much, hey, we got an arms thing. We need somebody to provide us with arms or provide us with gas masks, provide us with this. Anything military related. They are at first kind of like this bottom feeder group who get a hold of it and start doing it. And then eventually they decide to go big because of things. I'm not going to get into it too much because I would actually prefer either people look it up to help determine what is fiction and what is true. I do know that, yes, these guys did eventually get awarded, through some shady means, a $300 million Pentagon contract. And yes, if that is as pants-crappingly large amount of money as you can think of, it is for me as well. That $300 million just like, alright, I'm going to do this, people buy no ads, nothing. You'll be so happy about that, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, I'd rather people go and look this up and figure out what really happened, and then watch the movie for yourself if you want to. Because honestly, this movie it has a few bad things going for it, which neither one are the main characters. One played by Miles Teller and the other one played by Jonah Hill. I know some people have their issues with Jonah Hill. I think you're actually kind of alright with him. You don't care one way or the other about Jonah Hill.
I just kind of like him. He can be funny at times.
Yeah. He can also be incredibly annoying. But it just depends.
Like with Seth Rogen's laugh. It's like he's funny, but like that laugh, it's like...
The ironic part is that...
It can grate on your nerves, I guess.
Jonah Hill kind of does a sort of laugh like that, but it's a high-pitched version. He constantly does that throughout this entire movie. It gets a little weird, but it's just enough to be like, after a while. Like the fourth time, you're like, alright, I get it. He has a weird laugh. But, trying to put this all together, because, like I said, Miles Teller does a good job in what he's supposed to do. Jonah Hill does a good job in what they're supposed to do. But right away you can pretty much telegraphed the ending of this movie. It has the same issues that Central Intelligence did, except for where Central Intelligence's main focus was comedy, this was more about telling the story. There were comedic bits, and what was there that was supposed to be funny was funny.
Yeah.
But it felt weighted down by so much of the drama and so much of the suspense, even though it didn't feel very suspenseful, which was odd. Like, a great example of a movie that did this well was Lord of War. Those of you who did not see Lord of War with Nicolas Cage...
Me.
Yeah, I'm going to show her. It is one of the best Nicolas Cage's performances in a while. And also, it's a movie that really makes you, look at things. And it came out in like 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. It came out shortly after we got out of high school, I will say.
Sorry. I don't know. It's been so long. I slept since then.
Yeah. It's a damn fine movie. Everybody should go see it. And Lord of War really tried... Its trailers did not sell it correctly. It tried to make it seem like this action movie. And I was like, alright, cool. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. And really, it wasn't at all trying to be an action movie. It was just Nicolas Cage talking about the scumminess of defense contractors, the scumminess of gun runners and stuff like that. But this really is trying to just talk about the scumminess of gun runners and all that.
Yeah.
And where Lord of War did it well because Nicolas Cage is such a formidably great actor, and also the writing.
He's batshit crazy.
Yeah, and also he's batshit into death. Poor Nicolas Cage. I would not be surprised if next season of Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. he plays Johnny Blaze again, and he does it for like a quarter of what he got paid on Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Poor Nicolas Cage. But back to
War Dogs.
Yeah, War Dogs. I was about to call it Lord of Dogs. But back to that.
There's Lord of Dogtown.
Yeah. Whole different movie with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Never seen it, actually. But with War Dogs, like I said, this tries to really play up more of the drama, and the comedy is just there, here and there. Like, it seems strange because most of the trailers tried to sell this as a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it was a comedy with the drama. The drama was more in the forefront, and the comedy just happened to be there. Think in the terms of...
Like, because Jonah Hill's in it, it's like it's automatically marketed as a comedy.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to probably make this a Miles Teller real... Like, it's a big Miles Teller heavy movie. They wanted to do that, except for Fan Four Stick destroyed that. It was like, shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned in previous videos, but Fan Four Stick is what he calls a new Fantastic Four movie.
And everybody else calls it that. Because it doesn't deserve to be called Fantastic Four. From what I've seen, I've tried to sit there and watch the movie. 5 minutes in. Done. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I'm going to go do something else.
I kind of would like to, out of curiosity, see that someday.
I'll say it's on demand. We'll probably watch it sometime soon. Cured. But, pardon me. With this movie, like I said, they wanted to try and play up Jonah Hill and some of the comedy aspects, and it's just not there a whole lot. That is one of the issues with the movie. It's not as funny as I would like it to be. It doesn't try to have as much fun as I think it should. It also really doesn't help that it doesn't feel like it has a point. Like, you have the game bit where Jonah Hill introduces Miles Teller to gun running, or what they do. It's not actually gun running because they're just doing it all from an office throughout a good chunk of it. But he introduces him to that. Nothing really happens for a while. Mm-hmm. Until the very famous scene that is played throughout all the trailers where you see them in a truck in Iraq running guns, and they go, "Oh, you made it through the circle of death or triangle of death." Triangle of death, yeah, boy, yeah. They're really broy and hammy. It's kind of fun. But until that scene, the movie's aimless. It doesn't really feel like it has a point. It's just kind of drifting around. We'll follow them. see him make money, and even the whole scene of them doing that doesn't have a point. It's just them doing things. Again, I hate to compare it to a better movie. Lord of War, every single one of the scenes felt like they had a purpose. Hell, even the scene that I thought was kind of superfluous whenever early on Nicolas Cage's brother, and when I talk about early on, it's like 10 minutes in the movie, so I'm not spoiling Lord of War too much, but Nicolas Cage's brother stole from Nicolas Cage this thing of cocaine this guy gave to sell for the guns. That actually has a point to show his brother's spiraling down into drug addiction and everything, and eventual, what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much him uplifting himself and getting beyond that. It's really, and also it makes you just love the brother even more, and you also still love Nicolas Cage's character too.
Sounds like Gone in 60 Seconds, where Nicolas Cage's brother gets in trouble and he has to bail him out.
Not really, because really the person who gets him in trouble is Nicolas Cage. Because Nicolas Cage is originally giving this guy shit. He's like, no, I'm not taking drugs for a gun. Bam! Shoots Nicolas Cage. Oh, okay, I'll take drugs. Damn, ow! Because he like just wings him, but it's enough to piss him off and like, ow, ow. But his brother just gets himself actually in trouble. But not really with anybody but Nicolas Cage in a way. And it's a charming thing, especially when you see the brothers. I'm trying to think of the word. It begins with an R. Like his spiraling down and then his resurrection in a way.
Rehabilitation?
In a way, but more just him becoming a better human being. Because he does rehabilitate, but he also becomes a better...
Reinvents himself?
Yeah, in a way. With this, there's not really any of that. Honestly...
So I'm not a decoration, I'm a thesaurus for you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a thesaurus. A big thesaurus, because I can't figure stuff out. It's like, hey, this word. Sweet, that's the word I want.
Well, you're my own personal calculator, so...
Yeah. But yeah, we don't really have any of that. We don't really have any character development short of Miles Teller's wife in this movie, who really doesn't have a purpose in this movie except to bitch and moan at him. And she's like, oh, you're lying to me. Because he didn't want to tell her about selling guns and everything, because he figured she'd be freaked out about it. Yes, it's a very guy thing. But at the same time, it's like,
Well, if you were a gun runner, would you tell me?
Yeah, I tell you, I don't give a shit. Hey, I run some guns. But here's the worst thing, though. It's like, when she gets mad at him in the first, it's not even before the Iraqi thing, which is where she gets the maddest at him. No, she gets mad at him simply because he's selling guns. It's like, wow. And they have a kid, and he's trying to help support them and support the kid. And it's like, he's not working like, in all essence, Nicolas Cage's character in Lord of War, where it makes sense why his wife would be upset about him possibly selling weapons and stuff like that. Because Nicolas Cage sold to whoever. They bought him, he sold him. This guy works directly for the U.S. government and sells to the U.S. government to give to other things. So, what are you mad at, lady? At least he's got a semi-legitimate government behind him. Oh, but that's a whole other kettle of fish. But
I love how you call our government semi-legitimate.
Yeah, semi-legitimate. They sort of are real, but not really. They sort of have power, but that's because they mostly give it to themselves. But that's a whole other political debate.
I say, we don't have time.
Oh, no, I don't have enough to dig into that massive can of worms. But, really, like I said, this movie doesn't have a point. It doesn't really have much of a plot till the final act, when they land this massive contract, which literally, it takes place in the last 30 minutes of this movie. It's like, alright, thanks, the movie finally found a direction. Now, go with it. And it goes in about as predictable as a way possible. Stuff goes bad. Jonah Hill ends up double-crossing him because Jonah Hill's greedy. And it's just, it kind of is infuriating in its own right, because you're like, really? This is the direction you wanted to go? You wanted to go this generic routes. And I know you have to stick to what really happened. But if the story was so generic and so bland, why did it need to be told?
Yeah, there's such a thing as artistic license.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm wondering if they didn't take any artistic license, because this isn't a very, super interesting story. And it feels a lot more grounded, but at the same time, because of that groundedness, it also feels a little bit more bleh. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's just me. But
I don't know. I could not tell you. I did not see the movie.
Yeah, I might show it to you when it comes out on Cinemax or something. Or it comes out on DVD. It's like, hey, it's $5. Here you go. Let's go watch it. But that's the thing. It sounds like I'm kind of shitting on this movie because it is plotless and it's not as funny. But that's okay. I do think it's a little jarring when a movie is selling itself on comedy and instead it's actually more of a drama film. Yeah. It's a little jarring.
Yeah, a little bait and switch.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I think really
Hollywood just doesn't know how to market films sometimes.
Oh, that is 100% evident. They don't know how to sell a single trailer worth a damn. Considering they'll put the ending of movies in the trailers. It's like, seriously? This is what y'all went with, huh? Mm-hmm. And it's bad. There's sometimes you can tell, like, that's the end of the movie there. Ugh. Or like Suicide Squad. Hey, Jared Leto's in this movie. How much? As much he is in this trailer. Thanks. They really sell the movie. Oh, Jared Leto's in the last. Oh, he isn't. It's like, in fact, there's.
He recently came out and said that he was tricked into doing that movie.
Jared Leto's a douchebag. That's the reason why. Oh, never like my Joker because he's a whiny prick. Oh, it's Warner Brothers' fault, not my fault because I'm a talentless hack. Fuck you, Jared Leto.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, honey?
Jared Leto's just a scumbag. He is such a fucking hack.
It was Jared Leto, like...
Leto, who cares? He's a dickhead. Ugh. I could go on for about an hour and a half about Jared Leto and just how much I just think he's a horrible human being. And how he's just slowly proved it more and more over time. Mm-hmm. But instead, I want to finish up about War Dogs. Because really, I've told you the movie. Mm-hmm. Stuff happens, they go to jail. Well, Miles Teller does go to jail. It's funny, they talk about, oh, he got like 70 counts of fraud and got 4 years in prison. Really?
Wow, our justice system.
Yeah, it's like, justice system for the win there, folks.
Then again, the one asshole got 6 months for raping.
Well, see, I would say in that case it was more because his daddy probably paid off a whole bunch of, judges and DAs and here's about $1.5 million. No,
I think the judges felt bad for him.
I can tell you that's not true. Judges don't feel crap unless it's money falling in their pockets. Let me go ahead and tell you, you spend enough money on a judge, you're going to get you a judge. You can get a judge as sympathetic to your cause as humanly possible.
Wow, you are very cynical, honey.
It's the truth.
Especially when it comes to our justice system.
It's the truth. You have judges that are in there for... I
however still have faith in the system, by the way.
Judges that have been in the system for decades. It's, if not sometimes nearly a century, it feels like. Of course, they're going to take bribes out the yin-yang. John Wiley Price, one of the commissioners...
Who finally got indicted.
That's because the FBI had to be really, really thorough. Because of all the crap that they were trying to do. I'm pretty sure John Wiley Price kept trying to bribe him. And probably they weren't going to take his bribe. It's like, no, we need more than that money, man. You're not going to give us more than that? Well, screw you. We're going to send you to prison. Whoops. Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's like, oh yeah, he got 75 counts. 4 years. Me? You'd figure a year per count, at least. Especially fraud to the federal government. Oh well. Yeah, like I said, the movie hits every note you would think of. And like I said, you would think I would be really shitting on the movie, but none of it is really bad. All the acting is passable to very good. Like, Miles Teller really sells his part very well. I believed him constantly. I felt for the man at the same time. Jonah Hill, he's lovable as a just complete and utter douchebag, and he's really actually an enjoyable kind of guy to watch what he's doing, even though he's a scumbag at the best times in this movie. I didn't like Miles Teller's wife, but that's because they really didn't give her anything to do but bitch and moan. And again, I think the lady did a fine job at what she was doing. She had nothing to work with. It's like, here, all my lines are complaining. Like, there's very few lines where she's sweet and sympathetic or anything. She's just constantly a bitch. Like, eventually she learns about the gun running. He comes out and he tells her almost everything about it. And she gets mad because he didn't tell her this one thing that happened way back when they were first doing it. It's like, you went to Iraq and got shot at? Thanks, I'm still going through post-traumatic stress disorder over that, lady. Thanks. You're a caring wife. That's all. Stupid thing. But there's also, what's his name? Bradley Cooper's in this movie. And they make a big deal of showing him in there. He's in it as much as he is in the trailers. He's Jared Leto. Except for he does a much better job, and he's actually kind of threatening. But he's in there, and he does good with what he's supposed to do. Everybody who needs to do their job does it good to admirably. Nothing is bad in this movie.
They're just more complaining about the material they were given.
Yeah, there just wasn't much of a movie there. It didn't feel like this was necessary. That was the worst thing I can say about this movie. Central Intelligence was a by-the-numbers comedy, but that still was able to be funny. This is a by-the-numbers dramedy that kind of really doesn't feel necessary. Central Intelligence felt at least somewhat necessary. We like to see funny spy thrillers. We haven't really had one in a while. Like, what was the last good spy thriller in a while? Goldmember? That was like 2003? 2004 or something? Yeah, it's like...
As I said, I slept since then.
Yeah. Oh, we've all slept since then. Somebody, I haven't. Their eyes are stuck open. But, I broke her just about.
Not quite.
Almost.
Your brother almost did earlier.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, should you go see War Dogs? If you're kind of interested in some of the aspects of the actual money behind the gun running, because if that is any knock you can have against Lord of War, it really didn't follow that very much, but it was more about the characters, which is what it did need to be. It needed to be more of a character piece than about the money and how it all worked exactly. I would say you would probably go ahead and go see us if you're curious about that, but the acting I don't think is good enough to recommend this. Hell, it's not even good enough to give it a high number. It's a passable movie that you'll watch one weekend and be like, it was an alright movie.
So pretty much it's not a go see it or you can miss it. It's more just, you can wait.
Yeah, you can wait. Redbox, go rent it. It comes on Netflix. You can watch it. It's an hour and 45 minutes, even though it's where everything's saying was 2 hours long. I'm like, I got here it's an hour and 45. It's just, there's not enough there to recommend it, but there's not enough bad to say you shouldn't at all see it. Just, I hate to say it, go decide for yourself, but it's like, go decide if you just really want to see it, or if you're just like me, I'm like, I have nothing much to see. Though, like, I kind of wish I'd seen Kubo instead. Mostly just because Kubo looked like it was a lot more fun. As you're here or there. Yeah, if you want a grade, I'd say a solid 6. It's above average, but not by much. The flaws of the fact the story is not really there, there's not a plot throughout half of this movie, and the fact that the wife subplot went really nowhere and didn't add any flavor to the movie. It didn't make me care about Miles Teller's character anymore, which is what it seemed like it was meant to do. And it's just like, I like him anyway. He's still a charismatic, fun guy. I hope he gets some more work. I didn't need this. This didn't add anything to the story, especially when her lines were just so... Oh, let me guess, you're going to say it like this? Yes, oh. Yeah, it's just that. It's like, if I want to see a wife bitching at her husband for no damn reason. I'll go watch anything else.
Go hang out next door.
Yeah, there we go. Except for I don't think he's her husband. I think
Lover boy.
Yeah, he's just a lover boy. Wears a stupid hat. She gets pissed at. My neighbors one time got into like this shouting match over the fact like she's getting pissed off at him because his hat had been hitting her in the face all night. It's like, sir, this is what you're belly aching all about.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about something funny that happened at work. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, War Dogs. You can skip it if you really want to. If you're that curious, go ahead. I don't think you need to go see this like right now. You can wait till it's a matinee or something. Or it comes on DVD. Not bad, just nothing memorable. Like, I'm going to forget this movie tomorrow. So, while I keep fidgeting with everything over here, I'll just go ahead and say, I will see y'all next week with something. What comes out next week? It's one of those times. I should be on IMDb. There it is. It's this. Oh, those of you who've wondered if I was going to watch the just absolute, from what I've heard, not very good and huge bomb of a movie, Ben-Hur. No, do not care. I like the original. I'm not going to sit through it like the 14th time they've remade this movie. I don't fucking care that much. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's next week. I was looking at it, but I'd forgot. Maybe Megan can let me know while I vamp. I'll just vamp. Yeah.
Doesn't take 7 years to load.
Yeah, you probably should use my phone. I was like, mine's newer and better. Mine's in my pocket. It'd be kind of awkward. But I'll just go ahead and say, I will see you all later next week with something. Wait, what are we watching?
I don't know, but according to this, Anthropoid is
Yeah.
is already out.
Yeah,
Like,
it came
okay.
out. Yeah, I said it's not playing.
The commercials we saw earlier.
It said not playing.
First of all, I didn't pay attention to that. And second of all, I never heard of it until I saw those.
I don't think anybody else has. I don't even think the filmmakers went, we made that? Wait, was that what we were doing? Yeah, I will just go ahead and say, I will see you all next week with whatever surprise it's going to be. I don't know, so I will see you all later, everybody. And say bye-bye, Megan.
Bye-bye, Megan.
See you, everybody.
Adios.